Mixed Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mixed Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mixed Design. Mixed Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mixed Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mixed Design.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
This is where the fun begins. What is up, everybody?
But we've seen this movie before.
What's Sam Pittman known for?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Is the Arkansas athletic program cursed? But you never know what the loudest mouth in the fan base and his wild band of misfits are going to say. I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
It's time to step inside the Hawg Pen with your host, Razorback Zach and Marcus MC Carlton.
Let me talk to you.
Zach, you're muted.
You're muted.
Let's try that one more time.
Sausage.
shall we?
Sausage.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Yeah. Hello, I'm Razorback Zach from the Central Arkansas Hawg Pen alongside my two stooges that are making fun of me. From the NEA, we've got my buddy, my co-host, and the glue that holds the whole damn thing together, Marcus MC Carlton, and the voice you will hear later on in the show, and his jackass Athis self, is none other than our executive producer, Jesse the Beard Thurman. Boys, how we doing?
Pretty good. Just living the dream, man.
Or the nightmare, depending on the
Or
day.
the
Jesse?
nightmare, yeah.
Doing good up here in the NWA. Getting more content for the holiday special.
Only because you know what? I'm not even. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Always gathering on that, man.
So we've got a couple of announcements. Got a big show. All right, a lot of things have broke, and a lot of things have come to light in the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. But we're gonna get to it. We've got our poll question about how confident are you in the Arkansas athletic program? Is there more locker room drama? Are former Hogs being banned from the locker room? And then, of course, we have the illustrious Hunter Yurachek with his NIL comment that we're going to show you later on in the show and break that down. We've got our women's sports update. Soccer's rolling. Volleyball's rolling. We've got our staff picks for the Auburn game. And we have a new leader in the ITHP SEC picks. Yeah, boy.
We have a new leader.
Hey, it's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn. Put your fingers up for me. Put them up. Because he's on his honeymoon, so now he can't say nothing. It's my turn. Louder. New soundbite. Oh, that was unexpected. But got a big show. Hey, first off, congratulations are in order to our sponsor, James Harris of Harris Made Chef Services. His son is graduating from basic training tomorrow from Fort Jackson, South Carolina. So congratulations to him. And my newest little brother in the military, because we are a brotherhood. So congratulations to him. And a very special happy birthday, 1 year, first birthday to Hadley River Gray Wallace, by the way. First birthday today. Don't you love birthdays,
How
man?
about that, man?
Except for after year 21, then it just turns into a number. But all right, here we go. Announcement number 1. Next Saturday, September 28th, 6 to 9 p.m., I will be broadcasting live all afternoon from the Little Oktoberfest at Rusty Tractor Vineyards. Be sure to get your tickets and buy a T-shirt, because you're going to get, if you wear the T-shirt to the event, you're going to be entered into a drawing for gift cards to local area restaurants and local area events and everything else. And they've got some pretty badass gift cards. So make sure you guys buy a T-shirt. $15 at littleoktoberfest.com. Tickets are $40 in advance, $40 at the gate, $10 if you want to park there at the venue. We are now the official MC of the event from here forward. So my ugly mug, my annoying voice will be the one you hear every year when you go to the event. So make sure you guys come out. It supports a good cause for casting for recovery. And we're going to have more info on that as it gets closer to the event. And I have for the first time ever, I have a very special guest joining me on Saturday.
This is going to be good.
For the first, and we're touting this like this. For the first time ever, you got two of the biggest names in Razorback podcasting, amateur podcasting. You have me, the loudest mouth in the fan base, and Razorback Zach, joined live and in person by the host of Hog HQ, Matt Hart.
Woo!
Yeah. So be sure to, hold the phone, stop the press. I know damn well he's not watching the show. I know. Put him up there. I'm gonna roast him. Put him up there, Jesse. Put him up. What? Somebody ban him from the. Somebody ban him from the chat.
Hey, there's more important things to do on your honeymoon than to hang out with us. So
I'm gonna call Ariana right now and tell him to put the phone down, Dylan. But
congrats, buddy.
In all seriousness, man, it was a big honor for me to be a part of their big day last Saturday. And very beautiful ceremony. Congrats to both of y'all. Love them with all my heart. And it was an honor and a privilege to be a part of y'all's big day. So thank you for that. And then Friday, Dave Ellswick, 10:30 to 11. I'm going to be breaking everything down within 30 minutes. Arkansas struggling. But so that's going to do it. All right, poll question. So after the game Saturday, I wanted to get the feel for the fan base. And I got with the team, and I wanted to know how confident that Razorback Nation was in the athletic program. Jesse, take it away, dude. What do we have any feedback?
Razorback girl Carolyn Williams comes in. I am overall happy. The smaller sports are flourishing. Basketball and baseball remain top tier despite not bringing home a natty. Football is the only concern. And again, I am not sure what direction it is moving. Every time I see hope, I also see a dumpster fire.
That's pretty fair.
I mean, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
That's pretty fair. Jesse, what about you, dude? I mean, do you feel like overall confidence level?
On a scale of 1 to 10? 3.
Yeah, you're Captain Optimistic, by the way.
I was gonna go 4. So
I mean, and I'm not talking just football program. I'm talking athletic program as a whole. I mean,
I'm talking strictly football.
Yeah, this is athletic program as a whole.
That number goes a little higher then. It goes, since we haven't started hoops yet, and it's all hype right now.
Right.
6.5.
But MC, what happened to that river of Kool-Aid that you
that
had?
river of Kool-Aid is there.
Is it?
But it's there. But
it's all hype though.
It is hype right now. It is hype.
Okay.
I mean,
Right.
It's
60,
hype.
We got what, 60 days?
Well, I mean, you got about
Give
3
or take.
weeks till the exhibition game with Kansas.
Incorrect, sir. They are going to be playing a game down here in Hot Springs. It was announced earlier today.
Oh, I missed that.
I don't know if it's a game or a practice. I can't remember which one.
We got basically 4 weeks till the Kansas game. It's October 25th is the Kansas
Yeah,
game.
they're coming to Hot Springs October 12th.
And then the 13th, I think they're going to Pine Bluff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, before I heard the clip from Hunter Yurachek at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, which we're going to play here in just a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So stay tuned for that. I was pretty confident about the athletic program, and then he comes on and he's asked a couple of questions about how it's like to be an athletic director during NIL, and he goes, "It sucks, and it's terrible," and just kind of craps all over the place with his comments.
That's why my number is a 6.5 and not an 8.5.
But MC, at the same time, yes, we've got SEC championships. Yes, we've got national championships. We've got a plethora of Olympians that represented Arkansas in the United States at the Paris Games this past summer. Yes, I get that. I'm just, what about your moneymakers, man? I hate to say that, but what about your moneymakers? Baseball's doing all right.
Baseball's fine. Most places, baseball's not a moneymaker. We're one of the only places that it's a moneymaker. Okay.
Basketball is on the rise. Basketball's on the rise.
Basketball's probably got the most hype that it's had since the 90s.
Can football get out of the dumpster?
I don't know.
All right, Sam Pittman.
Let me jump in here, Zach. Let me explain my three. Dave Van Horn, Hunter Yurachek simply has to not screw that up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's a match made in heaven. It was there when he got here. He leaves baseball alone. He lets Dave run his program like he wants to run his program, and everything is fine.
Yeah.
Basketball, Mr. Tyson took care of that for us.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it on the show before. Softball was hired right before he got here, I believe, and he gave an extension. So there again, another one. Don't screw it up. I don't remember Colby Hale's hire date, and I don't remember Coach Watson's hire date, but there's a difference, in my opinion, in leading an athletic department and maintaining an athletic department. And Hunter is really good at maintaining. But with the lack of a solid hire in football, I don't see him leading the athletic department.
So he also clarified something. He did not have anything to do with the hire of Bobby Petrino.
Yeah.
Okay. That was
so the
Sam's
one
call.
thing that he could put a feather in his hat on for football, he admitted he didn't have anything to do with.
He created the opportunity. Okay, he helped Sam clear the way, but he did not have a hand in hiring Bobby Petrino. So this whole ordeal of Hunter Yurachek brought Bobby in to be the next head coach. No, this was Sam's call. This was Sam's pick. Okay, period. So he put that to rest.
Yeah.
So and then of course I have to bring this up, and we have to touch on this. After the game Saturday, it has come to light that two of Arkansas's legends were, I don't want to say necessarily barred from the locker room, but
No,
they were not
it just-
allowed access.
Yeah.
MC, you've done some digging on this. You've done some extensive research. Tell me what happened there.
Well, the extensive research I did was courtesy of DJ Williams, because DJ being a teammate of these two guys, and we're talking about if you've been living under a rock and you don't know what's going on here. Saturday night after the game, Joe Adams and Jarius Wright, arguably two of the best to ever play wide receiver at Arkansas, at least in the modern era. Okay. About 45 minutes or so after the game was over, they were still kind of hanging out in the A Club suite and decided, hey, let's see if we can go down and talk to Coach P, because, we haven't seen him in a while, and that's our coach. So they went down with, according to what was said on DJ Williams' podcast that released earlier today from Jay Wright, they went down with a current football staff member in the elevator with them. It wouldn't say who, because they didn't want to. I thought both these guys were very diplomatic. They didn't want to bring any negative light to the program. They were just trying to give their side of the story of what actually happened, because there's been some controversy back and forth between some articles written and some other things about when they went down, and just some fuzzy details. They needed to clear them up. So they go down with a staff member, get there, security guard's like, man, I'm sorry. Hey, you guys are great. Love you guys, but y'all don't have a pass. I can't let y'all in. And according to what Jay Wright said, they were like, hey, man, we understand you're doing your job. We were just, kind of spur of the moment thing. We were going to go see Coach P. And Jay Wright even said that he thanked the guy. He's like, hey, man, I appreciate you, doing the job you're doing and not just letting anybody and everybody into the locker room. I get it. So it was kind of, the end of it. Well, Jay Wright's wife took a little more offense to it. She put out a Facebook post after the game the other night, and then it just kind of blew up from there, which led to DJ Williams, who was a teammate of both these guys, having them on the show and saying, all right, guys, tell me what happened. And, they were very, like I said, they were very diplomatic. They were giving their side of the story, and they made sure to specify, hey, we don't have any hard feelings towards the program. We don't have any hard feelings towards the security guard. The guy was just doing his job. No problem there at all. But this is something that needs to be brought attention to, that, maybe we need to find a better way to be more welcoming to guys that helped build the program, because these are not entitled athletes just thinking they can go have the run of the mill. These are two guys that put blood, sweat, and tears into this program when it was at its heyday of the last 40 years.
Well,
and they also helped build the foundation to have what they have up there now in that stadium. If it wasn't for those guys, a lot of those renovations wouldn't have been taking place, because a lot of that money wouldn't have been coming in where they could do it.
Right. Okay. But this isn't, according to a lot of other former players,
right?
This isn't the first time and the first instance of this actually happening.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
and it's not just this coaching staff.
There's some stories out there of, another former great that I would call him a legend, that played a little bit before these guys, that basically applied for any and every opening to do with the program, from water boy up to film guy to whatever, and never even got a call back. And my opinion, and I kind of got roasted on this for Twitter a little bit the other night, but my opinion was this is Joe freaking Adams and Jay freaking Wright. Okay. Yeah. Two of the best to ever do it. Two that have given us the best football memories I have of my lifetime.
Greatest
punt
return
when those dudes
history.
were on the field. It's when those dudes were on the field. Okay. 2010 4th and 3, when the Honey Badger got turned into burnt toast.
Yes.
That's Joe Adams. Okay. That's probably my number one memory that I have from the time that they played. You find a way to let these guys in. And I understand the security guard not wanting to put his job at risk. I totally get it. And I think, it's easy for me to sit here and say this, but in that situation, the PR you got to have, especially with the state this program's in right now, you got to find a way. It's like, hey, guys, all right, here's the deal. I'm going to let you in, but I can't do this again without a pass because it's going to put my job on the line. And Jay Wright even said that he told the guys, like, look, man, I understand you can't let us in. I don't want to get you in trouble. So, I mean, they were cool with the security guard. It wasn't like they went down there, thinking they're the king and just, oh, you peasant, get out of my way, let me into the locker room. It wasn't one of those deals. But I just feel like that it was not handled correctly. And I feel like that there's some PR that could be done right now that would make every bit of this go away. And to me, I think what needs to happen is that the next time Sam has a presser, I thought he should have done it Monday, but he didn't. So next time he has a presser, he comes out and says, hey, I got some details on this deal with Jay and Joe that happened after the game. Hey, guys, I'm sorry. We had a little miscommunication there. And formally extend a public invitation for those guys to come to one of the remaining home games, Tennessee, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, one of those big 4 games, for those guys to be honorary captains at one of those 4 games. Bring them out, roll out the red carpet, and try to build back some of this goodwill. Because right now, fans, including myself, okay, I'll put myself in here, we're looking for anything to bitch about right now because we're not happy with the direction of the program. We're not happy that we gave away a game at Oklahoma State. We're not happy that we had a struggle win versus UAB. Mm-hmm. This bad publicity is the absolute last thing you need right now when it comes to 2 legends. And people say, well, they should have had a pass. Well, and they admitted that. They're like, hey, man, this was a last-minute thing. We thought by this time of the night that everything would be done and over with and it'd be cool and we could go down there. I mean, it's not like they're coming in as soon as the guys get off the field. They were talking about 45 minutes after the game. They were still up in the suite. And then they decided, hey, let's go down and see if we can see Coach. So, we have enough bad pub as it is, okay? We didn't need Yurachek making his comments that he made because that has blown up and gone viral. Now this situation was probably a little bit overblown, but like I said, people are looking for a reason to be pissed off right now. Me included. Yeah. Me included.
Well, but
I'll own it.
And it's a great segue, by the way, into my thoughts on UAB. But to put a bow on this, by the way, we're gonna be doing a new thing called ITHP Overtime. So basically, we'll be releasing podcast episodes just on our podcast channel that we pick things like this right here and go kind of nuggets and goes a little bit deeper and a little bit more extensively into that subject. So be watching for those. If you're not subscribed, like, share, follow, subscribe, do whatever you got to do to make sure you don't miss anything that we release here at ITHP. But we're going to get to Hunter Yurachek's comments here right after the break. But my thoughts on UAB is, and I'm gonna equate this to our sister university in South Carolina. All right, and I call them the sister because they entered the SEC the same time we did.
Okay,
so technically, they're no explanation needed there. They struggled against Old Dominion.
Mm-hmm.
And then what they do the very next week? They came out and blasted
Kentucky and skinned those. They went Haitian on those Wildcats, man. They skinned them cats alive.
The very next week, what they do? They almost upset LSU.
Mm-hmm. Should have won that game.
Should have won that game. But once again, I think Mark Curl screwed another SEC school. But there
was some controversy in that one.
By the way, it's Auburn week.
Oh.
Screw you, Mark Curls. I need to be extra medicated when we talk about Auburn. All right, I'm just going to say that right now. But and we said this against Oklahoma State. We shot ourselves in the foot during that game. Yeah. Every mistake we made was self-inflicted.
We emptied the mag into our foot. We just didn't shoot ourselves in the foot. We emptied it.
Yeah.
We put the claymore facing the wrong direction.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good analogy.
Had a Wile E. Coyote moment. Yeah.
That's a good analogy. But what this was is and I spoke to a lot of people about this. We're still learning Bobby Petrino's complex playbook.
Right.
Okay. Taylor Green is still learning the playbook. All right. our center to quarterback exchange has always been our Achilles heel since Jonathan Luigs and Frank Ragnow.
Well, and our starting center got hurt this week too, so that didn't help matters any.
That didn't help matters at all either. Okay, but you go into practice after Oklahoma State, and you try to correct those mistakes. Mm-hmm. Okay, every mistake we're making is up here. Okay, these boys have got to settle down. Once they settle down, everything's going to be fine. But they have to get out of their own head. They can't let. And I think this was just a hangover from Oklahoma State, where they were trying to overcorrect and not let the game come to them. Okay, I don't think this was them overlooking UAB to go to Auburn. I don't think any of that. Okay, There's no telling how this Auburn game is going to go. It's 2:30 kickoff in Jordan-Hare. I don't know. But you're absolutely right, MC. Some of us are trying to find the sunshine in the rain, while some of us are trying to literally bitch about everything.
Well, and I'm pretty negative right now because I don't trust the direction of the program. And I just feel like that this situation with Joe and Jarius was completely avoidable, and it is definitely coming at the wrong time, and it's just bad publicity that's not needed right now. If Arkansas's 3-0, we're probably not even talking about this.
And we should be 3-0. We should be.
Yeah, but we're not, and eventually we've got to let go of that and move forward.
Well, and that begs the question before we go to break here. We're 2-1. Yay, we're 2-1. Why does it not fit? Why does it feel like we're more like 1-2 than 2-1? Is that just me?
No, it feels like a 1-2 because that was a really bad day at the office, a struggle win.
Right. So I got 4 downs and an extra point for you on the other side of the break, but we're gonna get these staff picks real quick. So we have a unanimous vote, and none of us picked Arkansas.
First time that's happened.
Second time this season.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's first time that we've all gone against.
UAPB, that was a gimme.
That shouldn't even count.
That was a gimme. It didn't even count. But here we go. We're starting off with MC. 38-24, Auburn. Mm-hmm. The wise man, Loki, which, by the way, is feeling a lot better. 36-27, Auburn. The Beard, 43-25. Sarah, 42-24, Auburn. D-Mad is on his honeymoon. We did not get his pick, but I'm pretty sure he's going to pick Auburn. And
I don't know, man. He's Mr. Optimistic. I think he would take Arkansas.
No, we're not doing finger. It's my turn to get the finger up, dadgummit.
D-Mad bathes in sunshine.
I hate you both right now. I legitimately hate you both right now. And then of course me, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna go 38-31 Auburn. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than people expect. Auburn is a 3-point favorite, by the way, going into that game as of tonight. Now that line may move once it gets closer to Saturday. Yeah. But those are your staff picks for Auburn. On the other side of the break, I've got 4 downs and an extra point in regards to the Auburn game. Plus, I'm going to give you the time for the Harris Made Chef Services Tailgate Show. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
It's time to step back inside the Hawg Pen to the Mix Design Studios.
All right, welcome back to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Razorback Zach, Marcus MC Carlton, and Jesse the Beard Thurman hanging out with you. So I got 4 downs, and these are courtesy of the Arkansas Razorback website. And these 4 are basically little nuggets in regards to game week. And then I have an extra point for you. So we're going to start out first down, 15, led by running back Jaquindon Jackson, 6 scores on the ground. Arkansas leads the country in rushing touchdowns with 15. Wow. 6 different Hogs have accounted for at least 1 touchdown this season on the ground. 6. 49 since 2020. 49 total interceptions in 51 games is tied for 3rd among all SEC schools during that time span. I mean, defense is pretty good, ain't it? And then 67.5. That's your 3rd down. Arkansas touts the country's best 3rd down offense, converting 27 of 40 3rd down attempts this season. The next this one surprised me, MC.
Mm-hmm.
The next closest team is Indiana, which owns a 20 of 31 conversion rate. Indiana.
What was ours? 27
of 40.
Okay.
About 68%.
Yeah, that's a lot better than last year.
Oh, tons. 4th down, 587.3. Through the first 3 games of the season, Arkansas is 3rd in the SEC and 5th in the country in total offense with an average of 587.3 yards per game, including 259 rushing yards per game. When was the last time we had that many yards per game on average?
Golly, I don't even know. I mean, as much as Bielema ran the ball, I don't know that we even had that kind of average under him.
Right. Now, your extra point. Arkansas has an all-time record of 58, 48, and 3 in conference openers since joining the Southwest Conference in 1915. It is seeking its first back-to-back wins at Auburn since 2006 through 2008. Now, since 1992, we're 12-20 in SEC openers and 2-2 under Sam Pittman.
Oof.
So those are your 4 downs and your extra point in regards to Auburn. By the way, the Harris Made Chef Services Tailgate Show kicks off Saturday, 1:30. 1:30. So mark your calendars. We are going to get you all set, leading you up to kickoff. It's going to be 1:30 to 2:15, roughly. Mm-hmm. Getting you all set for Auburn and Arkansas kicking off there at 2:30. And I have one thing to say, MC. That was a backwards pass, and screw you, Mark Curls.
Yeah, seeing the footage of that game again just opens those old wounds up a little bit and pours a little more salt in them. And then knowing that after a fact, like 48 to 72 hours after that, the SEC come back and say, "Oh, we made a mistake."
Oopsie.
I mean, it's hard to swallow. And then it just, I've always been one of these guys that has said, the SEC's against us. I believe in the whole Big 7, Little 7 theory.
Right.
Or I guess it would be a Big 9 and Little 7 now that there's 16 teams. But and stuff like that just kind of fuels it. So
yeah, absolutely. So I want to get to this comment by Hunter Yurachek here. Let me add this up here. Jesse, I'm going to take over the board for just a second. I want to get to this. And let me see if I got my timestamp right. He was asked about the current state of NIL, and he had this to say.
1,000 households across the state of Arkansas to give $100 a month.
Let me back this up just a little bit.
Have a corner on the market.
That's part of it too. We want to hit
compete,
that too.
Here's what I'd say. Like if we're going to compete, and you gave me a chance to give a little sales pitch here. So Ole Miss, everybody loves that Ole Miss is in the top 5, right? No, we hate it. We hate it. Ole Miss has about 5,000 members in their football collective. 5,000. We have about 1,000 in our football collective right now. They have 5,000 members. We have 1,000. If we're going to catch up, like I'm going to make it so easy for you. If we could get 10,000 households across the state of Arkansas to give $100 a month, 10,000 households to give $100 a month all year long, we would be in the NIL game from a football perspective. It's that simple. But we can't say the Tysons, the Waltons, the Stevens, the Hunts, hey, they'll take care of it. Because they're not.
Okay. So, couple of things. First off, MC, have you got $100?
I mean, a one time, maybe. Extra $100 a month? Debatable.
Now look here. All right. Now I don't, and we're going to do a pod on this because I have thoughts and we don't have all night to talk about this. But here's the thing is where I talked to our sponsor that sponsors our trips to Fayetteville every home game, James Harris of Harris Made Chef Services, who's a fantastic sponsor for our tailgate
also
show.
In the comments.
Also in the comments. But I asked him, donation-wise, travel-wise, ticket-wise, because here's the thing. He's a member of the Razorback Foundation, okay? That in itself is a donation. Strictly that. That doesn't include prices.
That is completely separate from an NIL donation. Let's clarify that.
But again, that doesn't include ticket prices. You still have to pay for your ticket. Okay? You're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars here. Okay? So season ticket holders are already tapped out because they've already got, I'm going to say, a minimum of $5,000 going to the university just to go to the game.
Between donation and tickets. Yep.
And
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's more than that, Zach, because I know we've talked about this during baseball. Just to be guaranteed Hawg Pen tickets, it's a $5,000 donation plus tickets.
Yeah.
And then basketball, you've got to be a high roller to guarantee yourself tickets.
Well, but I mean, at the same time, look at all the hype surrounding the program now. All right. But at the same time, guys, and I'm not going to get off in the weeds in this. I'm just going to say this, and then we're going to move on because we're going to do more. We're going to have another episode by itself coming up about this and all this. But there's not 10,000 households that can spend an extra. That's just got $100 laying around with the way prices and stuff.
Not
is
in this
nowadays.
economy. No.
So the only thing I'm going to say is, if you want that $100 to go to the university, November, get out and vote. I'm just going to say it like that. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. But Hunter, I get where you're trying to go, but look at the difference. Okay. Ole Miss has a winning program. Ole Miss is inching its way to an SEC title. Look at what they're doing down there. And then look at Arkansas. And you wonder why they've got 5,000 members and we can barely get 1,000. Look at the product on the field.
Yeah, I can sum it up. I can sum it up real quick. The difference in why Ole Miss has 4,000 more people in their collective than Arkansas has in theirs. Because if you remember, Kiffin and Pittman were hired at the same time. Okay? In the same amount of time, Lane Kiffin's record is 37-15 with 4 bowls. Sam Pittman is 25-26 with 2 bowls. There's your difference. Well, this is not an algebra equation. I mean, this is simple.
Some people are going to argue, MC. Some people are going to argue that Sam Pittman's got 3 bowls. Because remember the COVID year.
Well, okay. Well, still, I mean, 3 bowls it's not 4.
No. Look, it's the product on the field.
And you look at the way each of these guys is progressing, okay? Pittman, as of right now, you can say he hit his peak in 2021, year 2.
Yep.
He's been on the downhill trend ever since.
Yep.
That's a stock you want to sell. Lane Kiffin, still going up, gaining value. He's not losing value. Sam's losing value. Kiffin is not. Kiffin is – I made a tweet earlier today when somebody said something about Kiffin possibly going to Florida. I said, he's not leaving to go to Florida.
Way. There ain't no way. He's approaching
he's approaching Manning status at Ole Miss. That dude ain't going nowhere.
I don't know about Manning, but he's getting close.
If they end up in the playoffs, he's got Manning status.
He would be the equivalent. I mean, if this continues for 20 plus years. He could be the equivalent of Ole Miss's version of Nick Saban.
I mean, he could be. He's arguably the best coach that they've had since Johnny Vaught.
Yeah,
and I mean, you're talking about pre-segregation at that point. So, the Vaught in Vaught Hemingway Stadium. I would argue that he's probably the best coach they've had since Johnny Vaught. Hugh Freeze would have been in there, but the way that ended it and that all kind of crashed and burned, that kind of takes him out of the running. Kiffin is about to be a god down there. If he takes them, if they happen to go play in Atlanta for the SEC title and then go to the playoffs, that dude's a god down there.
Oh yeah, hands down. So I got to give a shout out. Continue to give a shout out to the women's soccer and volleyball teams, dude.
They're just taking care of business, man.
Hey, it ain't just football going on right now. All right, number 3, the number 3's Razorback soccer has been off the last couple of days, but they'll be back in action tomorrow night against LSU at Razorback Field, 6:30 on SEC Network Plus. So make sure you guys either get to the stadium or the pitch, as people have called it.
There you go.
Or tune into the SEC Network Plus. All right? It's on there. But check this out. As she continues to lead the number 25 Volley Hogs as they've become the Razorback volleyball team, sophomore outside hitter Romani Thurman. Thurman.
Yeah, Thurman.
Where have I heard that name before?
That's a good last name.
Yeah. It's a good last name. Was named SEC Co-Offensive Player of the Week for Week 3. The conference announced Monday. Volleyball splits their trip to Tulsa last week, going 1-1, back in action tomorrow at Miami at 5 p.m. on the ACC network, followed by matches against FIU and Texas Tech and the Miami 305 Challenge. Conference play starts next Wednesday in Barnhill against the Bulldogs of Georgia. So there you have it. Like I said, if somebody wants to hook me up and send me to Barnhill, I'm all for it. Y'all just let me know. We are inching ever closer to everybody's favorite segment. So make sure you guys like and share and anything you got to do, because Hog Tua is right around the corner. Speaking of Tuas, did y'all see random off in the weeds comment? Did y'all see the hit on Tua Tagovailoa? Oh my! He's done.
It's time to retire.
It's done.
Well, so I was reading about that the next day because I didn't see it when it happened, but I saw it on Twitter later on. And I was reading the next day because I was talking to some buddies. I'm like, man, he's got to hang it up. He's got to think about life. He's got to hang it up. Do you know if he is forced to retire due to medical reasons, he is guaranteed to take home $124 million?
If I could just take 10,000 of that,
I mean, at what point do you have that conversation with your trusted circle and have somebody step in and tell you, okay, look, it ain't worth dying on the field. You need to step away.
Somebody told me, or maybe I read this somewhere. This is funny. You ready for this? Guess who else lives in Miami, Florida?
Oh yeah, Tom Brady.
Brady. Guess who made the comment about returning to the NFL?
Well, and if you remember when he went to Tampa, when he left New England and went to Tampa, do you remember what happened to the Dolphins? They got in trouble for tampering.
Yeah, because they wanted him that bad. I mean, hey, what can I say? All right,
what do the Dolphins have to lose? I mean,
at this point, they've lost their franchise quarterback.
I'd take a 45-year-old goat.
I mean, the guy's
46,
got
whatever he is. I don't know.
Him and J-Lo almost have the same amount of rings. I said what I said. I don't care. All right. Coming into the SEC Pick'em Challenge between myself, MC, and the Beard, I came in last place with a 10-5 record last week.
You came in where? Where'd you come in? I didn't hear that. My audio broke up on me.
I came in last place, 10-5. I should have never recorded that soundbite. Please set that up for me.
Oh man,
I should have.
You hung that curveball.
I left him wide open on the baseline for that 3-point shot.
100%. Yes.
But I came roaring back and won the week with 11-2. These two faltered, so now there is the margin has closed. So the week rankings are myself 11-2.
Yep. Yeah,
MC
I got a little risky with a couple of my picks.
MC went 9-4, and Jesse went 8-5 for your overall records. Me and MC are tied with 21-7, and Jesse sits in lone place, a game back at 20-8. So here we go. Now our bonus game last week was Colorado State, and lo and behold, Colorado
came through for me.
They actually won a game. I'm impressed. I'm shocked. But I got thoughts on that. We're just not going to mention on air.
We could do an overtime on that game.
Telling the band not to play the fight song. So shut up, Zach. Shut up, Zach. Here's the picks.
On track.
Yeah.
I know.
Here, boy.
I know. Whoa. Wait a minute. All right. So here are your picks. The SEC picks for week number 4. Florida 1-2 is a 6-point favorite at Mississippi State. MC, start it off. Who you got?
Oh man, that you talk about a blindfolded pillow fight. Lord have mercy. I got to take Florida. Mississippi State is god awful.
Jesse?
This one's tough.
It is tough. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take the Gators. Even not wanting to, that's kind of a roll the ball out there and win the game.
It is. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with Florida as well, but this one could go either way.
Does Napier get fired on the spot if he loses this one?
I'm surprised he's not fired already.
I am too. I am really surprised he survived the week.
I think if
Florida
he loses, if he loses this game,
yeah,
I think he's done.
Yeah,
because they had a special meeting last Sunday after. So
Florida's got a bye after Mississippi State as well.
Oh.
That's usually the kiss of death when you have a coach on the hot seat like that.
Next up is Ohio. 2-1 is at Kentucky. Kentucky is a 20-point favorite. Now, I guess we're all going to pick Kentucky, but my question to y'all is does Kentucky cover before halftime?
Oh, before half?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about before half, but they cover by the end of the game.
Okay. Jesse?
I think they're going to come out angry. I think they might cover by half.
All right.
I mean, they held with, even though the AP doesn't agree, they held with the best team in the country last week.
They did. Yeah.
They did. They
had chances to win that one.
When I saw the score of that game, I was like, am I reading this right? Am I really reading that Kentucky could possibly upset Georgia?
Well, and that's not the first time they've
on the post game.
Yeah, it's not the first time they've gone up there and struggled.
Hey, by the way,
about Kroger Field that's tough for Georgia.
Shout out to y'all. That post game, y'all did a fantastic job.
Thank you, man.
On post game. So, next up, UCLA at number 16 LSU. LSU is a 24-point favorite. I'm going to go LSU just to play it safe because I'm gaining ground. I just don't want to lose it.
That one's down in Death Valley.
Yeah, this one's at LSU.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take LSU.
And I believe that one is an early game. I don't think that one's I don't think that's a night game.
No, I think I saw where that's an early day game.
That is a 2:30 kickoff.
Yeah. So the Cajuns won't be completely wound up. They'll just be, a quarter of the way there.
Right. Jesse?
Yeah, I got to take LSU on this one. I don't think UCLA's got it in them this year.
No, I don't either.
All right. Now, I just put this in here because it is part of the SEC slate. Arkansas travels to Jordan-Hare. Auburn is a 3-point favorite. War freaking Eagle.
So while we're talking about this game, 15 minutes ago it hit Twitter that Jalen Braxton and Hudson Clark are both out for Saturday.
Yeah, Pittman said something. Pittman and Kudus is also out.
Yeah, that's courtesy of Easton May on Twitter. So, Easton, thank you for that. Yeah, look, to me it would matter if Braxton and Hudson Clark were in. It's not going to change my pick. I think we look better than we did against UAB, but until I see it happen,
Yeah,
I have no reason to pick them.
here's the thing, and this was brought to my attention earlier today. If we come out and play well against Auburn and somehow win this game, it's a very high possibility we could beat A&M going into Dallas next week.
I will say this: the loser of this game does not make a bowl.
Oh no, definitely not.
Because the schedule does not get any easier for either team. And so this is a must-have for both teams. And whoever comes out on the short end of this one is going to be home for Christmas.
Yeah. Well, and on the flip side of the coin, if we struggle with Auburn, we're going to struggle with A&M.
I don't care if we struggle. I want to win. Just give me one of these one-score games where we don't shoot ourselves in the foot or leave it up to an official to make a bad judgment call and take it away from us.
You say it best every week last year. All right. Just win. Winning cures all.
It does.
And Al Davis said it best. Just win, baby, win.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Jesse, what about you? Arkansas, Auburn.
Auburn.
Yeah, or freaking Eagle. All right. So Vandy Street comes to an end. They travel to number 7, Columbia, Missouri, who is a 20-point favorite. I'm going to go just for safe purposes, give me the dork.
Yeah. Missouri's going to win, but they won't cover. I think Vanderbilt plays better this week. I don't know what happened to them down at Georgia State. I don't know if they overlooked that game or what, or if it was just Vandy being Vandy. But I think Vandy's a little better than what they showed in that game, and I think they give Missouri a scare but can't pull it off.
Jesse?
Vandy always plays well at Mizzou for some reason, if I'm remembering right. And if I wasn't trailing in the standings, I would pick Vandy, but I'm going to pick Mizzou.
He said, I want to win the damn thing.
Yeah. Again, winning cures all, man.
Our only top 25 matchup in conference this week is number 6, Tennessee, who is a 7-point favorite, travels to Norman and takes on number 15, Oklahoma. Give me the Vols. I'm going to say this, Rocky Top, because that looks scary.
Yeah, that offense, man. Well, and this is the Josh Heupel Bowl. I mean, Heupel made his name as a quarterback for Oklahoma.
Yes.
And taking his Tennessee Vols team back into familiar territory for him. He wants this game as much, if not more so, than any on the schedule. So
yes.
I'm going Rocky Top.
Yeah. Jesse?
Rocky Top. I don't think it's even close. I think it's
legit
over by halftime.
We are so far unanimous on these games.
Great minds.
Bowling Green travels to number 25, A&M. A&M is a 23-point favorite. As much as I hate to say it, this is a tune-up game for A&M.
Yeah.
Gag 'em.
Ditto. Yep.
Jazzy.
Who was it? Bowling Green wasn't it Bowling Green gave somebody a scare a couple weeks ago?
Who was that?
I don't remember.
We got we got a big fan in the audience. Coach I I'm sorry, not Coach I. Hall of Fame college football is in the comments.
Oh, he's the big Okie guy, right?
Jason Watkins.
Oh, he says that they're getting worked. He says the Vols are going to get worked.
Yeah,
okay.
I was trying to reach out to Coach I, so I apologize about that, Jason. But yeah, he is a big time OU. He is all big time OU. But good friend of the show, real cool guy. If y'all haven't checked his stuff out, y'all need to go check that out.
Well, look, I am nowhere near a Tennessee fan, so I mean, if they go down, it's not gonna break my heart. I'll sacrifice some standings here just to see them lose and see their fans melt down. So,
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
I would.
I'm going to go with the Aggies, though, Zach. I'm going to play it safe.
All right.
All right. Akron travels to South Carolina. South Carolina is a 28-point favorite. Give me South Carolina because I'm not saying the other thing. I'm no, sir.
You're not going to go Pat McAfee, huh?
Yeah, that would have been setting me up for something. I don't.
Yeah, I think South Carolina might come out a little slow and have a bit of hangover after that tough, heartbreaking loss, but I think they end up taking care of business before it's all over.
Rocket's looking like 2023 or 2022 Rocket, and he's going to run all over them.
Rocket. His name's Raheem. It's not Rocket.
Yeah, it's amazing what happens when you drop 25 pounds, huh? Your knees suddenly don't hurt. You can suddenly juke again, and you have a little bit of breakaway speed.
Look, I lost 50 pounds since January, so I can actually attest to that. And I've been running a lot, and it's getting faster because my idiot.
And you're an old man compared to him, so, you know.
MC, how the hell are you just going to throw that out there?
Well, compared to Sanders, you are. I mean,
compared to you, I'm still in my
you're an old man overall, but in football, brother, you're a dime.
Says the elder.
So far as internet hung up on him.
Says the elder.
Hey, I'm a fossil in football years, so you know. They got Indiana Jones out there trying to dig me up. That's how old I am.
I mean,
MC's
he's trying to
coaching age. He's head coach age.
Yes, I'm coaching. Yes.
All right. Georgia Southern travels to number 5, Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a 35-point favorite. Give me the Rebs. Or the Black Bears. Or the Land Sharks. Or the Rebel Black Bear Land Sharks.
Give me the alcoholic drink you drink when you have a cough.
Hotty toddy.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't going to say
the vault.
They may have 1,000 yards by halftime in that one.
Oh, my God. They're going to run all over Georgia Southern. And, of course, the most lopsided game of the on schedule, UL Monroe travels to number 1, Texas. And Texas is a 44.5-point favorite. I'm not going to say it, but UL is going to get their butt kicked.
Is Quinn Ewers out this week?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're setting him for 2 weeks.
I mean, there's no reason for him to play this week, especially after the way Arch come in and played. There's no reason to put Ewers out there. I think they're going to
save him. I tell you who knows that. Jason. Are they saving Quinn Ewers for the Red River shootout next week?
I mean, it's not going to matter. Texas is going to roll either way.
No, but I bet he knows better, and I bet he knows more than we do.
Probably. When it comes to Texas, probably so.
And I'm serious, y'all. Hall of Fame College Football, Fanatic Sports Network, all these other shows that are checking us out, y'all check them out.
Yeah.
Just because they're not Arkansas doesn't mean that they're not good comedy.
Hey, he goes back. He got your answer there, and we agree with the first half of that.
I agree. Yes.
That's one of those handshake memes. Arkansas and Oklahoma both hating Texas.
Yep, I agree. I like it.
I got to throw Loki's up as I pick Texas to win that game. Yeah, Ewers is out. I guess they will have to use their other 5-star quarterback.
Hey, I'm going to tell you now. As much crap as I've talked about Arch Manning,
dude, he looked good.
He shut me up.
Good.
He shut me up last week.
It's obvious that he took more after Pawpaw Archie than Eli and Peyton did because I don't know that you could have combined those two and had them run the way he was running the ball.
Yeah, definitely. All right, our bonus game this week.
He was clocked at faster speed than Tyreek Hill ran on Sunday.
Yeah.
Well,
almost as fast as Tyreek Hill was driving the Sunday
before.
I
started saying
dadgummit, you stole. I was going to be like, well, he couldn't have outran the cops.
I was trying to figure out how to tie that back in. And how far I could push the button on that one without going too far.
So was I. Our bonus game this week was picked by MC. Number 12, Utah, who's a 2-point favorite, travels to Stillwater to take on number 14, Oklahoma State. Battle of 3-0 teams and could be battle of the Big 12.
Pew, pew, guns up.
All right. Jesse?
Cody was in the chat.
I was starting to say,
earlier.
I hope
Shout
Cody
out to
saw
him
that.
if he's still here. But go Pokes.
I wanted to go bang bang, but I figured that would be too Cactus Jack. So,
well, I mean,
is Guns Up? Is that their thing, or is that Texas Tech?
I think Guns Up is Texas Tech. Bang Bang is Texas Tech. Bang Bang is Texas
Oklahoma
Tech.
State does the same hand gesture.
They do like the same hand motion with the guns, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
stick to Go Pokes because I like that. I think that's a pretty cool little unique thing.
Give me the fighting mullets.
I'm gonna be different on this pick simply because it doesn't matter and doesn't affect it. But give me Utah. Give me Utah.
The non-Mormon Utahs, huh?
So there's the
Texas
picks.
Guns Up. Okay, thank you for the clarification. Appreciate that.
There's the picks. All right, it is time.
Buckle
on
up,
the other
y'all.
side of on the other side of the break, as we say in the intro, it's time to hog to it, y'all. Hog 2 is coming up in our final segment. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
It's time to step back inside the Hog Pen to the Mix Design Studios.
You just got to spit on that thing. So
I know you did not just. Oh my God.
It's time to haul to it, y'all.
All right, welcome back to our final segment here on Inside the Hog Pen, and a segment also known as Hog Tua. And if you don't know where we got that name from, you have been living under a rock.
Just go to Twitter. You'll figure it out.
Just go to Twitter. All right, Jesse, fire them off.
All right. Before I start firing off comments, I do have to say I had a hot take last week that was right, but not in the way I expected it. I said Quinn Ewers would be on the sideline in street clothes by halftime. I wasn't wrong.
You weren't wrong.
Technically, you were not wrong. Yeah.
By the way, Jesse, before we fire him off, I did get a text prior to the show. Our royalty team is not here tonight. Mama Linda had surgery. Casey did send me a text, said surgery went well. Mama Linda is at she's here actually. My bad. I did not see that comment. But prayers go out to Mama Linda. She is at home recovering tonight. So good news on there. All right, Jesse, it is yours for the taking. Take off.
All right. Of course, big shout out to royalty, Miss Casey Sutton. We got Chris Ferracci in the comments. Woo damn pig.
Yes, sir.
Always.
Trevor Kaiser, man, y'all came on at the right time. Study break / dinner break. Woo pig suey.
There you go.
And then we got Chris again. Put Tevis Metcalf in at nickel. I'll hang up and listen.
I don't hate it.
Hold on. What do you think this is? Drive time? Get out of here with that. I'm just messing with you, Chris.
What do you think about that, Zach?
I don't hate it. I really don't. I mean, what do you have to lose at this point?
Yeah, shake it up a little bit. Just give them a different look that they haven't seen yet.
One of the things I've realized during the UAB was, and I'm still on the T. Will bandwagon, but his play call became predictable. Arkansas can't play zone, or Arkansas can't play man. We get burned every time.
No.
So these offenses are really realizing, hey, Arkansas's. I mean, when you get an 8-9 yard padding, these offenses are going to start reading the fact that we play zone, and they're going to burn us every time. So why not rattle the cage a little bit?
Just give it a different look that nobody's seen yet, and see what happens.
As long as he can tackle without grabbing a face mask and he doesn't focus on stripping the ball instead of tackling, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
very true.
Trevor again. So my opinion, it's another bad, weird year for football for all levels. Teams that shouldn't be winning and teams that should be winning are coach searching. My Silver Star boys let me down hard. Oh, boy. I see the look on Zach's face, and I'm just going to twist that knife a little bit. Who them boys, Zach?
Ooh, God, I'm so glad I'm not a Dallas fan anymore.
You know, Trevor, you were my dude for a while.
Oh, man.
You were my dude for a while. And that hurt me right here, dude. That Look, one bad game. That's it. One bad game. One bad game.
Did Micah Parsons play?
Shut up, MC.
Christopher Shaw. Well, hola, boys. Can't stay long. Wife's birthday. Happy birthday, Mrs. Shaw.
You have higher priorities, my friend.
By the way, again, if you missed it at the top of the show, we've got, congratulations to James Harris the third, I do believe, son of our sponsor, James Harris of Harris Made Chef Services, for graduating basic training, or now they call it initial entry training for the United States Army tomorrow. And happy first birthday to Hadley River Gray Wallace as well. So, by the way, if you guys want a shout out, birthdays, anniversaries,
bring it.
Hit us up. Bring us up.
All right. Trevor's going to be back in your good graces, Zach. Don't drink the basketball Kool-Aid. Now he's on mine and MC's back.
I ain't sharing it.
MC's going to have a hard time convincing me.
Look,
I'm not sold yet.
You know the big waterfall things that you see like at weddings?
Yeah.
Okay. I got one of them just for the Kansas game. Okay.
Okay. But what's going to happen if we have the same issue we had last year?
We ain't gonna have that issue.
Come out and beat the tar out of Purdue and then come out flat.
You ain't gonna have that issue because you ain't gonna have a coach that's gonna quit in the middle of the season this year.
He didn't even quit in the middle of the season, but
he quit December. Yeah.
He quit prior to the season. Crank it up a little bit loud. I can go all day on that.
Zach's still gonna be over there in his seat. I'm not buying into basketball. We're playing in the Final Four.
Oh,
he's still going to be.
You want to talk about somebody going to be unbearable? This bald dude right here. I'm gonna be. My head's gonna be so swollen. I'm gonna be over here looking like Megamind. Okay.
Here's the thing. I'm not even gonna say it. Never mind.
Trevor's coming back with it. He got handed CM. Who's CM? I'm drawing a
Chad
blank.
Morris.
Okay.
Oh, Zach, how dare you?
I made you say
it. It's been long enough, dude.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's been long. It's like the fake punt. It's like the fake punt return.
Hey, y'all want to hear me go off on something on an overtime? I could go off on an overtime on the whole process of how Chad Morris got hired, because that is just the most obscene story.
I'm going to give you one name that was actually the reason why he got hired.
JCP.
Julie Cromer Peoples had no business making a hire. None.
Nope.
We should have not hired a football coach until we had a permanent AD. But that's just me.
So anyway, did you read this? Sorry about that, Jesse. I got sidetracked.
Oh, no. We got distracted because Zach said the name. Hunter Yurachek got handed him, and then he picked Sam. So who can only be blamed for Sam? But like we talked about, I think the toxic fan base we have turned into will force him out. I think his piss poor coaching ability will run him out.
So
I think his record in one-score games is what's going to force him out.
I think, and here's his take that he and I talked about. I'm gonna paraphrase a little bit. I think he's talking about Hunter Yurachek being forced out.
Being forced out.
So basically, what happens is this.
I don't think Hunter will be forced out. I think Hunter will leave on his own. I think there is an opportunity out there right now that I would not be the least little bit surprised if Hunter Yurachek was named the next AD at South Carolina. I would not be surprised by that at all.
I don't see him going to Columbia.
He was at Coastal before he went to Houston.
Yeah, I don't. That's another topic for another show.
Topic or a hog havoc topic.
Yeah. Ooh, by the way, y'all,
there we go.
speaking of, for those of you that are fans of the ITHP Unleashed, it has now been renamed and rebranded into Hog Havoc. So stay tuned for those.
All right, locked on
There it
Oklahoma
is.
State. What's
There's
going
Cody.
on, Cody?
Appreciate you stopping in for a second, Cody. Man, so wait, we have a Sooner and a Cowboy both in the comments. Somebody keep them separated.
Bedlam in the hog pen.
Yeah, Bedlam in the
Bedlam
hog
in the-
pen. I like it. Yes, it's the only way we're going to see Bedlam.
You're right.
Loki coming in. That game against OSU legit made me ill. I can only imagine how the players felt about it.
And he's not lying. He came down
he's
with
not
COVID.
lying.
He came down with COVID immediately after this game. So it's the truth.
Yeah, well, it made
Zach,
me go
I'll let you
bald.
take
So
this one.
you know,
D-Matt loves everything about Hogs football except for the poor dude on the field holding up the commercial timer. Okay, so the quick story behind this. I got the opportunity to take Dylan and Loki to the Kent State game last year. And it was all of us sitting here. And every time that dude walked on the field, Dylan about lost his mind. He's, get off the field. We know what time it is. So, yes, that is a true statement.
Sam Jones in the comment. Glad to see
Hey.
you back again, Sam.
The
And
pun.
he's got comment of the night, I think. Hey, if we lead the country in rushing touchdowns, does that then make us groundhogs?
sure, I'll take that.
Come on, man.
You can't do come on, man, Zach. Dwight Raleigh. Hugh Freeze has never beaten
yes,
Arkansas.
yes, he has.
Yeah.
He beat us
45-3.
at,
Yeah, Put a whooping on us last year, and then he was also at Ole Miss and got us in Little Rock, and I believe down at Oxford too.
Yeah, no, he has beat us a couple of times. Yes.
Yeah.
He's beat us a handful of times because he beat
okay,
us with
so-
Liberty.
The reason he's at Auburn is because,
Because
he beat the crap out of us last year.
Oh man.
Richard Wright. Auburn's a huge game. I think this one will set the stage for the season. Arkansas 38, Auburn 17.
Wow.
Oh my, can't do $100 a month. Sorry.
38-17.
38-17. Wow.
That
I'll take
freshman
it. Hey, I'll
quarterback.
take it, man.
Oh, I'd love to see it, but that
I'll
freshman
fire up the pit
quarterback
boss and
that
put all
they-
the crow out there on it.
Sorry, I just read Sam's comment.
I hadn't got back to the live ones yet. We're getting there.
No. This one's in your lit. Yeah.
Oh, Zach, you take it.
In this post-COVID era, you have your pastor begging, the POS at the register, every waitress and delivery service, and now Razorback football. I mean, he's not wrong.
Well, I mean, we haven't gone full tip mode like Tennessee has yet
Oh,
With-
don't even get me started.
with adding
Hey,
the talent fee onto their
does
ticket
that
price.
does that mean that we can start asking for tips too?
Why not? Everybody
Like-
else is.
Here at ITHP, can we start asking for tips?
Everybody else does. We might as
Like-
well.
Everybody else does. Why not us?
Yeah.
Well, since we're on that track, Georgia got it figured out. Georgia straight
Yeah.
up told the NCAA, you can't touch our schools. If they want to pay players, they can pay players.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah. The governor signed a bill saying that the NCAA has no authority over what they can pay and where the money comes from. So they're basically going to bring it. The way I understand it, they're going to bring it straight out of the funds.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I'm understanding, they're going
That's-
to get rid of the collective and do it straight out of the foundation. So that fans are only getting hit in the pocketbook one time.
which is the way it's might.
I mean,
post. I'm down with it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm down with it.
I didn't hate the thing that Tennessee did. I would rather do that than to put money into a collective, because if you're putting it on the ticket price, at least I know where my money's going.
Yeah.
Sponsor in the house, James Harris. Comes down to the fan base to give what they can per month. $100 is asking a lot from our fan base. I don't know many fans that can give $100 every month. That's $1,200 a year.
Yeah, $1,200 a year.
That's 12. I mean, it just,
you're not gonna. That is not the way. I'll just say that.
All right, Mandalorian.
I'll just keep it short with that.
Well, but there's 1,000 different ways you could go with that, because I tell you what, anybody that is a Razorback Foundation member, okay, and a season ticket holder, hit me up. I want to do an interview with you, okay, because I want to know exactly, if you're okay with it, I want to know exactly how much you're spending before that $100, just for your Razorback Foundation membership and your season tickets, along with all the other expenses to just get to Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Parking pass, fuel, hotel.
So I want to talk to a Razorback Foundation and season ticket holder versus a non-Razorback Foundation member and just a member of the general public that goes to games.
Right.
Okay. I want to have a sit-down conversation with both of them in an ITHP overtime.
Yeah, sounds like a good pod right there.
James comes back in. Foundation started at $50 and goes up to the tens of thousands. Yes, we get nice little perks, but that money does not go to the NIL.
So where does it go?
That's the thing. Foundation, that goes to paying former coaches' salaries.
So basically, you're donating to pay Brett Bielema, Chad Morris, Eric Musselman.
It goes to a number of things, because
they help out with scholarships too, I believe.
Okay.
I believe the Razorback Foundation helps out with the scholarship.
Because here's the thing. If I'm donating, let's say I'm donating $10,000, I want to know where that $10,000 is going. I want to know exactly what that $10,000 is being used for.
Well, and so,
that's just my opinion anyway.
Hog Plus subscriptions they were running a special at one time. I don't know if they're still doing it or not, but if you joined Hog Plus at a certain time, you basically got the equivalent of the $50 membership to the Razorback Foundation. Honestly, if you're going to give me that for free, I would rather you give me the one to the NIL than to the Razorback Foundation.
Yeah.
But, I'll take what I can get, whatever. But right now, I'm not contributing to NIL because I don't trust the direction.
And part of it too, Zach, is there is a state law. I believe it's all state employees are capped at like 500,000. So
like that.
all these coaches' salaries come out of the Razorback Foundation because it's illegal for the school to pay them.
All right, fair enough. But still, y'all get my point. I mean, if you're going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars, don't you want to know where the hell it's going to?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of familiar if you think about it.
Look, on NIL, the solution's out there. If you listen to afternoon radio in Northwest Arkansas, you heard the man on the radio talking about the solution. It's there. It's being held up by one thing. And
the university itself.
Until the university gets out of its own way, much like Jerry Jones with the Cowboys, they're never going to have a successful program.
Not to the level that we all want it to be.
No.
All right, we got Loki talking about Tua here. Yeah, that whole situation is so sad. Someone needs to make him stop before he winds up with damage he can't recover from. I mean, look at what happened with Andrew Luck. It just kept getting worse and worse until it was almost too far gone.
So somebody told me... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Luckily, he managed to save himself.
So somebody told me that they're putting... I guess I'm not really going to say hit, but they're putting bonuses out there for hitting Tua and giving him another concussion. I don't know how true that is. But
like it's Gate 2.0.
Yeah, that's I don't know how true that is, but
I think the players have seen the damage that can be caused. I think that, and I could be wrong on this. I may be giving them too much credit. But I think the players have more respect for fellow athletes than that.
I think for the most part, I mean, you're always going to have one or two guys that are the bad apples, but for the most part, I think the DeMar Hamlin thing really opened a lot of guys' eyes.
That
when that happened, that opened a lot of eyes, and guys kind of changed their outlook on things. I don't know that you will have.
It wasn't even a bad hit.
Yeah,
the last hit on Tua was made by DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, how wild is that?
How ironic is that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got to get through these guys. Dan Yoakum, Pittman says some things that pisses me off. Mainly, to be honest, I understand saying once in a while, but to emphasize something, but to say it every other time he says something is ridiculous. But it's pretty obvious that he doesn't have a PR guy.
Well,
and things of that nature.
Well, to be honest, he does have a PR guy.
He just don't listen to him.
Loki coming in with a good one here. My pick for Florida versus Mississippi State are the ones at home with remote who can change to a different game.
That's the real winners.
Agree.
Will this game be uglier than our game with Mississippi State last year?
Yes.
I don't know that that's possible.
It will be a 7-3-9-6.
Let's not forget though, about 15 years or so ago, Mississippi State was involved in the 3-2 game with Auburn.
Mississippi State has a knack for not scoring many points.
Yeah.
Just ask Toledo.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame college football. We've been talking to them throughout the show.
Yep.
Brad Staten in the house. Why do you guys start so early? Some of us work for a living. Ha ha, just messing. Sorry I'm late. Woo pig suey.
Wait, you're Air Force. You didn't have a zonk day today? It's Wednesday. I figured y'all were at like nap time or something. Come on now.
Oh, goodness.
This is a good comment. This is why this one's being featured on Hog Tua. Could we see the changing of the guard at Texas with that injury?
Yeah. Could this be a Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady situation?
Oh,
that's a heck of a question there.
I think we just gave Jason
who's that? Jason? Yeah.
I think we just gave Jason a question for his podcast.
Jason, that's a heck of a point you bring up there, because if Arch goes out and is just killing it, I mean, everybody loves the backup quarterback anyway. Everybody's been clamoring for this dude to get on the field. And now that he's on the field, and then what happens if they come back and they decide, okay, we're going to go ahead and go with Quinn, and Quinn struggles? How short is that leash going to be with Sark?
Oh, it's going to be real short. And just to kind of give one that Zach can understand a little better, this will be kind of a Tony Romo, Dak Prescott situation.
I understood Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady. I was there for that.
I had to take a shot at the Cowboys. I was so happy when that happened. Brad Staten, pew-pews for the Army folks.
Oh, go highlight something.
And then y'all have been invited to jump on to college football.
Oh, send the invite, Jason. We're ready, baby.
We will certainly accept when the invite is sent.
All right, let me scroll through these new ones real quick. Here's one I can get behind, and I'm just going to read it. And Zach, don't even. People are going to realize that Hud Island was much better than anybody gave him credit for. We're missing him right now.
Yeah, that's a pretty cold, hard fact right there.
Louder.
That's my boy Eric Jernigan from over here in the NEA.
Louder. No.
I was one that gave him a lot of flack.
If he plays zone, yes, he's halfway decent. But if you play man, that kid's going to get burnt every single time.
So is everybody else.
Yeah, Braxton is about the only one that has a good percentage rate of staying covered versus getting burnt.
Let's see what else we got over here. There we go, James.
Only because he's a Philadelphia fan. Good God.
Oh, that ain't much better. I can't say much. I really don't.
Stonehand Saquon.
Yeah. He's also a Penn State fan, too.
Brad Staten. Razorback football gives me COVID pretty much every week right now.
I don't know about the COVID, but it has given me as much heart damage as myocarditis over the years.
I'm telling y'all. Somebody around here, Razorback football is going to end up giving somebody IBS if they're not careful.
Loki, CBS, commercials before sports.
CBS?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I can't say much better about. Yeah, I think it was CBS. What game was the Colorado State? What channel was that on?
CBS.
That was CBS. That was
there
the Big
was
Ten on
literally
CBS.
4 commercials for 2 plays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Fox is just as bad when I was trying to watch KJ lead the comeback against TCU.
Now, here's my question: is how many of those commercials featured Prime in those commercials?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Prime's all over the commercials right now. Even when he loses his job at Colorado, he's still going to have plenty of money.
Yeah. Yeah. If one thing he may not know how to coach, he knows how to PR. That's for sure.
Well, I don't know about all that.
He's all over the place, man.
Josh Wilbanks.
This is a legit question.
Be a Hog Havoc topic for sure. I want to know why people buy season tickets, but not long after they want to sell them. Why?
Because scalping has essentially been made legal now, and you can sell your tickets for an inflated rate. We see a heck of a lot of that going on with baseball. Am I right, Jesse?
Well, but look at Duke last year. Look at the Duke game in basketball last year.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
We were looking at prices for the upper level. For the upper
mortgage
level was
payment
like
prices.
$1,500 for that game.
Yeah, you had some of those that were higher than my mortgage. Legit.
Jonathan Parker. First time seeing him tonight. Glad you're in here. Quinn will get back because they don't want to mess up his draft stock, and then nobody else wants to go there because they did that. True. That's a fair point.
Mm-hmm.
Quinn is a senior this year, isn't he?
I believe so. Yeah.
So that may be an option there. I'll be interested to see how it all plays out. And then final one of the night's going to go to Adam Green. Just showing up. Did we talk about the injury list? Will we have a defensive back at Auburn?
Pretty thin.
It won't be Hudson Clark.
It won't be Hudson Clark, and it won't be Braxton, because about 7:30 it came out to Twitter that both of those guys are going to be listed as out on the new weekly injury report. So secondary is going to be very thin. And with what's the kid's name? It's not Hank Parker. It's Hank Brown. Something else. Hank Brown. Yeah. He's known as a drop back quarterback anyway. So look for them to go deep early and often to see if they can burn that secondary that's going to be full of backups, in all honesty.
Hey, by the way, fans, if or as our fan base has now been called Hog Fanatics. Look, if we didn't get to your comment tonight, don't freak out and go badmouth us on Twitter. Okay. We love each and every one of our fans, but we have to get to a lot of we got to hit a lot of topics and stuff before the end of the show. But don't worry, we're gonna do. We always do the best we can to get the comments of you guys out there. So I just wanted to throw that little nugget out there. But Jesse, is that it?
That's it. Time for final thoughts and wrap it up.
Dude, that's awesome. All right. Final thoughts before we get out of here, gentlemen. Jesse, we'll start with you, big man.
Final thoughts. Execution and protect the ball. I'm going to keep saying it until I see it.
Yep. I agree. MC.
Yep. I'm going to go a little different route. Your AD cannot sit back there and completely trash NIL and expect fans to buy in and spend money that most of them don't have. So change your approach, Mr. Yurachek. There's a lot more flies with honey than with vinegar.
Yep. Hey, Anybody traveling down to Jordan-Hare, y'all be safe. Y'all have fun. Please, God, football guys, please let us win the game, at least just even if it's a little bit, please.
I just don't want to get cheated again.
Hashtag screw you, Mark Curls. Harris Made Chef Service Tailgate Show kicks off 1:30 Saturday. 1:30 Saturday pregame, 30 minutes immediately following the conclusion. I should say the Allen Kerr Advisors 5th quarter postgame show kicks off 30 minutes after the conclusion of the game at Jordan-Hare. The Little Oktoberfest with our first crossover with ITHP and Hog HQ. It is myself,
that'd be great,
and special guest co-host Matt Hart joining me and the guys from the Little Oktoberfest. And I get to judge the Steinhoist competition this year once again. So that's going to be fun. So y'all come out. It all goes to a good cause. But, hey, and I'm going to steal a line from the late, great Jerry Springer. Take care of yourselves and each other. The world's gone to shit stuff. Aha! See what I did there? We've got new stuff coming out from Inside the Hawg Pen. We've got Hog Havoc coming out, and we've also got ITHP Overtime coming out on our pods only, on our podcast channel only. You're not going to find it on YouTube. You're not going to find it on Facebook. Go to Apple, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, all of them.
Subscribe to our podcast channel. You're going to find exclusive content you can't find anywhere else. Because like we always say, you never know what the loudest mouth in the fan base and his wild band of misfits are going to say. For Marcus MC Carlton, Jesse the Beard Thurman, and all of us here at Inside the Hawg Pen, I'm Razorback Zach. You have been watching an all-new episode. Until next time, so long, everybody.
Thanks for watching this episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Listen anytime on your favorite podcast provider. And be sure to follow us on all our social network channels.